Well, here we go. Okay, Nick. If it doesn't work, we'll try again.
All
So,
right.
okay, so Nick, you're a web designer. Tell me some of the things that you believe people in the construction industry could learn about effective web design, and what types of things that they can do to make a better website.
The biggest thing that comes to mind when you ask that question is in terms of just the whole way that the website is written, like how the homepage is written, how the about page is written. The text of the website should be written in the language of your customers. It should address, what are their fears or frustrations when going into a job with you. What are their dreams with this job? What do they desire from doing service with you? And it should address those and then show how you're going to solve those problems for them. You know, keeping it simple, just saying, here's your problem, here's what you want to do, here's how we're going to solve it, and then adding some credibility to it, saying, here's what we've done in the past, we've done this before, you can trust us to do this. When you have that combination right there, it really will get a lot of people to get from your website to calling you for business. And on top of that, I would just say the overall design of the website, just because now the websites are advancing so fast, where what you have today, 2 years from now, is going to be outdated. So when you go to make a website, try to get it to look, I guess, as futuristic as possible, or as long lasting as possible, so you get the most use out of it.
Okay, how much do you believe video and testimonials and things like that are how important are they on a website?
I think they're really important on a website. The testimonials are providing the credibility for you, showing your past customers. The more in-depth the testimonial, the better. So if there's a link to their website, maybe a case study on what you did for the customer, what you built for them, or even a video by the customer, telling the person on your website what you did for them. And then videos, I think, are really important also, just because that seems to be the way that the internet is turning. Google is starting to use videos with their search engine stuff. Big companies like, Microsoft, Dropbox are all putting videos on their websites. Just because, people come to a website, they need something to grab their attention and keep them there, or else, they'll leave after 20 or 30 seconds of browsing around.
Nick, as a web designer, you know it's a competitive business. There's lots of people doing web work, obviously. What would you say? How would you say a contractor can be confident they're going to get the best value from their website? What do they need to do to achieve that?
Okay, to get the most value from their website,
Yeah, the
I guess.
design and creation, and then the application of it.
Okay. There's kind of a three-step process with, I say, anything online. You've got to get a place for people to go to. You got to get people there, and then you got to get people to go to your website to contact you. So, when creating the website, what I said earlier about, making the text talk to your customer, making the design nice, so when they first get on there, it's a nice first impression, looks professional, quality graphics, quality design. Then the second thing is getting people from the website to contact you, and that could be done through videos, also with the text talking to your customers, maybe a video showing, process, your business process, how you're going to help them. And then the third one is getting people to your website, which I would say the two best ways to do that right now are social media and search engine optimization. Depending on your budget, we'll want to go one or the other. The search engine optimization is a bit more expensive and it takes a longer time, where with the social media, you can already have an edge going into it if you have an existing client base who can spread the word for your company already. So I really, take a step back and focus on what are those three processes you're doing with your online advertising. Having a place to go to, getting people there, and then getting people from there to make the sale.
Now, the question is always asked: how much should you spend for a website? and the prices seem to go all over the map. From it's free, we can just use one of these free template services, to tens of thousands of dollars. What do you have any thoughts on how that the correct point should be, or how a contractor can make a decision that they're going to get value for their money, and what the reasonable price would be?
Okay, yeah, there is about three categories that I've noticed with web design. There's the first one, like you said, which is the $100 template. We'll fill in all the information. And what I've noticed with a lot of those people is it's kind of like a internet marketing thing. Just give me 20 bucks, I'll throw this in, and then, never talk to you again. So that's kind of on the, the real cheap side, where the service you get from that person is most likely not going to be so good. The template might only last so long. They might have some fee to charge you every month, or just a little bit. If it seems too good to be true, it might be. Then there's the mid-range website design, which is like what I do, somewhere between $1,500 $2,000 for a custom web design. And that's what you want to keep in mind when you ask somebody: is this website going to be custom designed? Because if not, they're just going to be giving you a template like the really cheap person. And with the custom design, you're going to be able to make it look however you want. You can match this website, match that website, and the person who's doing it for you should be able to make it look like that if it's fully custom. Then you got the people like you're talking about who charge tens of thousands of dollars, and with that, I would say if there's not some sort of database or a lot on the back end with different algorithms and stuff like that, then it just seems to be industry based, or who they know. They just have higher end clients, because you're not going to be able to get a wide client base charging $10,000-$15,000 for a similar quality website that someone who charges $1,500 to $2,000 will charge.
Okay, that makes sense. And sometimes I think that indeed there are times when those very expensive services are appropriate. For example, you've got a very sophisticated e-commerce site, multiple complicated pages, a lot of segmentation and special functions. But I would find it hard to believe that most regular contractors would need that level of a website. I mean, maybe a building supply outfit that's going to take online orders for specific products, and where there's all kinds of different SKUs for different products, might need something of that level. But I would find it hard to believe that a regular contractor, even a large contractor, would need to spend that much. Would you tend to think that way, or?
Yeah, I would definitely think so. I mean, I couldn't see any sort of specific thing unless they sell some sort of smaller contracting product on there that you could buy online and add and subtract different things to it to change the pricing and buy it right there. Outside of that, I really don't see anything else that would constitute a $15,000, $20,000 website.
All right. Okay. In conclusion, and I've been working with you on our website to see how well you do, and of course, one of the most classic issues that I think all web developers run into is the fact that no matter what the price is, the client has some obligations to make this thing work. Obviously, the web designer cannot know exactly what the customer or the business wants or needs without that person, the organization, telling them. And there's certain types of information which only the business can provide from its own resources. So obviously, if you, for example, the web developer asks questions and the business doesn't answer them, then the process can take a little longer than it might otherwise. But is there any final words of wisdom you have for someone who is contemplating a rebuild or redo of their website?
I mean, I would say before you get the web design started, person you're dealing with, ask them how long it's going to take, and let them know that you want to get everything that he needs beforehand, and just give it to him and get it up in a straight shot, like the text for it, the images. You're going to put videos on there, and to collect everything beforehand and then put it all up at one time, because it's a lot harder to get a website up then make changes on it than to make the changes beforehand. So get an idea of what you want. Look at your competitors' websites. Look at the best people in your industry, and when you go to your web designer, say, can you make me something similar to this? I'll provide you with the content. Just put it on there and design it. And if they say no, then go find someone else. But, make sure you get it to look how you want and, get everything you want on there.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Nick. What I'll be doing is with this video, I'm going to post it on the blog and on some of my websites, and also along with that, we'll post links to your site so that you can viewers can connect directly with Nick and see the work he does and how he does his work. I can certainly speak well for him from personal experience. The project we've been working on certainly is outside of my responsibility of getting materials and information and communicating, has been done to a truly professional standard, and I think he would do a great job for you. Thank you, Nick, and hopefully this recording will work. I will let you know afterwards.
All right. Sounds
Thank you,
good,
Nick.
Mark.
Okay, I'm gonna turn it off recording.